Hey guys, it's me GirlonDuty here, and as the title already says, I've been tagged, yes. You might be wondering, what the hell does that mean? I didn't know what it meant. I was casually checking my comments and everybody was telling me that I've been tagged by Max FPS. Not sure if you guys actually know what that is. Probably, who that is, not what. Awkward. Who that is, because he's a German YouTuber and he does like Call of Duty gameplay commentary. I used to watch his videos a lot, but I don't really watch Call of Duty anymore, as I don't play it anymore. So, if you get what I mean there. But, he tagged me and he did the tag himself, so I thought it would be quite rude not to do the tag since, you know, he tagged me and everything. So here I am doing it. And it's basically just like 5 questions about your gaming history, I guess you could say. And my questions are, my answers are gonna be quite brief because I have a bad memory, okay? When I first read the questions, I couldn't believe how little I remembered from that time. And yeah, I'm probably gonna have like the worst tag video because I can barely remember anything. Anyway, yeah, I'll start answering the questions in a little, and I'll try to tag some people, although, like, to be honest, I don't even know who to tag, so I'll probably have that in the description if I tag anyone. If not, I don't know. I guess I tag all of you guys. If you want, you can answer all the questions that I'm gonna be leaving in the description as well in the comment section. So, yeah, how about that? How about that? I tag all of you guys. Okay, so, before I start answering the questions, the gameplay is just League of Legends gameplay. I didn't have anything to put in the background, so literally yesterday I just went into a game and recorded the first game I played, and it was a really fun game because, like, in the lobby, I called Elise Jungle, and the Lulu in the game actually called Jungle first, and he was like, okay, you have it. So, I thought that was really nice of him. Thank you very much. If you're watching this, probably not. I was just joking around in the game with him as well, so don't take what I said seriously to him or what he said to me, because I know how some people are, so, yeah. Don't do that. Alright, before I forget, I'm gonna put some music over the League gameplay because while I was recording it, I was actually in a Skype call with my friends, and I think it would be quite awkward to hear the game, and them talking, and me talking, and me answering the questions on top of that, so... Oh, let me know though if you recognize the music. I'm actually curious to know how many of you guys will recognize the music. I don't think too many will. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the questions now before this video takes 30 minutes. All the questions are in German as well, so I'll have to translate them while before I answer them. Or maybe I should just read the German version as well, if any Germans are watching too. Okay. Wie bist du damals zum Zocken gekommen? Which means, how did you get into gaming? Which is like, okay, this question is the easiest of them all because I don't have to think, I just know. And the reason I got into gaming is, well, I have a brother who is 2 years older than me and who was very, very spoiled when he was younger, which means he basically just got everything he wanted. He got every console he wanted and every game he wanted, and I just basically played the games with him whenever he would allow me to. Yes. Most of the times I was not allowed to play. But we used to get along when we were like in elementary school, so at that time I used to play a lot of games with him because, as I said, we used to get along, so we used to game together a lot, and it was just like a normal thing for me to play games with my brother, you know? So, yeah. And the second question is, mit welchem Alter hast du dein erstes Spiel gespielt? Which means, how old were you when you played your first game? And this is a very hard question, and I can actually not answer this question because I don't know. As I said, I was in elementary school age, and actually like 2 weeks ago, I looked at our family album with all the pictures inside, and I don't know, like there are pictures with me in elementary school age, and even less, where I'm just sitting in front of an NES and just, chilling, posing for the camera. So I can't tell you exactly how old I was, but yeah, about elementary school age, I guess. Alright, this is going pretty good so far. The third question is, was war deine erste Konsole, which means, which was your first console? As I said, none of the consoles were actually mine, they were my brother's, or actually, I'm not even sure if the NES was ours, or if my dad borrowed it from one of his friends, or if it was from one of our relatives or something, because I don't remember having the NES for a very long time, or maybe my memory is just really bad, but I remember we had an NES, and I remember we had an Atari, but the Atari was, I believe the Atari made a computer or something. My memory is like so bad. Okay, the only thing I remember about the Atari is that it looked like a keyboard. It was like a white keyboard, and there was something behind the keyboard, but you could play games on it, so I'm not sure. That's what we had though, and you could like put a disc inside on the side and there was like games. But I remember the Atari because one time when my brother was not at home, I tried to put the disc inside, and I put it inside, but when I tried to take out the disc, the metal part was inside where you could put the disc inside, if you know what I mean. And I was so scared that my dad or my brother were gonna yell at me, so I never said anything, and I never touched it again. So yeah, I don't remember what happened to the Atari afterwards either, so don't ask me, my memory is horrible. Okay, fourth question. Was war dein erstes game? What was your first game? And once again, I have no clue. I have no idea whatsoever, although I remember one of the earliest games I remember is Duck Hunt though, and that was on the NES with the rifle that came with it as well. And I freaking loved that game. That game was awesome. I had so much fun on that game. The only thing I didn't like about that game is though the stupid dog. I kept laughing. I'm not gonna lie. I actually tried to shoot the dog, but I couldn't. Alright, we are now at the fifth and final question. And the question is, was war dein erstes Game, was du dir von deinem eigenen Geld gekauft hast? Which means, which was the first game that you bought with your own money? And yeah, I just mentioned how I used to play games while I was in elementary school, etc, etc, but there were also like a long periods of times where I didn't game at all. And when I was gaming when I was younger, I actually didn't spend any of my money on the games. It was either my dad's money, my grandfather's money, or my brother's money. I didn't spend any money on those games because the consoles weren't even mine. They used to belong to my brother. And I was actually pretty jealous when my brother got a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2, and I was only allowed to play it when he would allow me to play it, basically. But when I finally bought my own PlayStation 2 when I was, I don't know, about 17, I think, or 16, is also when I bought my first game, which is GTA San Andreas, which is also one of my favorite games, and which is also why I like that game so much, because that game was the first game I spent my own money on. Yeah, these are all the questions. I'll put them in the description if you want to answer them as well. I'd be glad to read through your comments as well and read your answers to the questions, and that is it. I just wanted to do this tag because I've been tagged and I've never been tagged before. So there's a first time for everything. And yes, if you want, you can watch the rest of the gameplay If not, then I will see you soon. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Oh my. Sorry, why am I? No way. That 4K to spend.
Like complete square boat or something.
Down 500.